So Auto is crawling the website to figure out everything that it needs to know about the business. What industry is the business owner in? What products do they have? What's their market? It builds this brain essentially around the business using four things: the content from the website, the Google business data, the GBP connection, connects to the GBP and gets all the keyword ranking data from there to understand the business. The Google Search Console data to understand the website, its keywords, what keywords it's ranking for, its impressions, its clicks, all that data. And then finally, the knowledge graph, which is where you can control the brain of Auto and allow Auto to know more about the business, its description, its locality, its top pages, the pages that really matter, that if we got these pages ranking better for these specific keywords in here, that our client would be very happy. The social profiles, where this business is all over the internet, all of its social profiles. Auto does a pretty good job at guessing these at about a 90% level, but it doesn't always get it perfectly right. So you'll want to go in here and review each of these social profiles to make sure they're accurate. Authorship information, who the person is that actually owns the site and the business. That's important. We learned a lot about that with authorship and Google's EEAT guidelines. And then some images and video that you're going to give the knowledge graph so that Search Atlas, when it builds offsite SEO content for you for link building, or the GBP posts for you through its GBP automation module, or other new modules that we're going to be releasing, like press release automations and some of the new innovative stuff that we're going to work on, it has image assets that it will put into that content for you automatically. How many of you guys are still with me? 4 points for that AI model, okay? Website content, Google business data, Google Search Console data, and the knowledge graph. With that, we do what's in the AI world called fine-tuning. We build a fine-tuned model just about this business so that when Auto makes recommendations, it's a lot different than going to ChatGPT and saying, write me a meta description about this page for this business. Totally different. What it's going to do is it's going to draw multiple on-page data points, as well as the AI model, which already understands the business, to give you a really good title, a really good meta description. Image alt text, this is like the bane of every SEO's existence, having to do image alt text SEO, right? Alfredo, how many times have you had to update an image alt text on a website for a client and just bang your head against the wall?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely has happened. And not only that, but how can I say, especially if you have a big agency or you have a VA that maybe English is not their first language, you want to do the heavy lifting for them. And this will do it for them 100%.
For sure. It's automatic. One of the nice things about it is you don't have to really check the work as much because Auto's doing a really good job. It's got good English grammar, punctuation. Oh, and by the way, we're about to release next week Auto for multiple languages. So French, Polish, German, Dutch, Norwegian, Swedish, Chinese. So it doesn't matter what language your client speaks, Auto will also speak that language, which is pretty cool. So it'll automate all the image alt text SEO. A lot of people, so when you run site audits, and Search Atlas has a great site auditor in here that you can use for sales purposes, where you run the site audit, you click export to Google Docs, and it gives you a Google Doc with all of the summarized fixes that the site needs to do to rank better on Google. It's a great sales tool. And one of the things in that is fix the image alt text. And for a long time, people are like, come on, man, I don't want to hear about fixing image alt texts. Like, that's boring. I want to hear the good stuff. I want to know about, other opportunities. And here we go. This is an example, instant export of a site audit from Search Atlas that you can share with a client to show them that you've done your due diligence about their website and what needs to get fixed in here. It's a great sales tool. But these image alt texts, most SEOs are like, don't let me see it. Don't show it to me. I don't want to know about it because they're not going to fix it, right? But guess what? Honey Witcher, actually, she's one of the people that spent time and actually studied image SEO. Honey and Lee Witcher do some great work, I would say, in the realm of SEO testing, if you know those guys. like shout them out. They're really good at what they do. Image alt texts are actually a part of the content of the page. And so it's a great way to add more semantically relevant content to your landing pages to boost their rankings on Google. How many of you guys got that? Does that make sense? Image
Yeah.
alt, it's like a new text model that you can add to the page and optimize so that it ranks better on Google. Very powerful. Don't sleep on this. And with auto, the good thing about it is don't worry. You don't have to have a VA go into your Elementor or God forbid your Duda site or your Wix site and do all this stuff because auto is compatible with every CMS. WordPress, Shopify, Squarespace, doesn't matter. You can install the pixel on any website and it works. So automates image alt text, and I'll just kind of move through these a little bit faster now. Broken links, redirecting links, meta keywords, pages that are missing H1, H2, H3, H4s. If you ever use Ted Kubaitis' tool, Quora does a good job of showing you the correlation analysis of SERPs. And a lot of times what you find in there is that the best ranking sites have at a high degree of correlation are using H1s, H2s, H3s, H4s. So if you forgot to do that on the website, don't worry. Auto AI generates it for you and dynamically inserts it into the content so that it optimizes your pages with new H1s through H4s, instantly providing you an SEO boost for the keywords that this page is ranking for. It's pretty cool. That's why we needed the GSC connection, because we need to know the keywords that you're targeting on the page. You guys with me so far?
Yeah, 100%, guys. I hope you're picking up what Manick is putting down, guys. You'll hear William, you'll hear me preach a lot about these golden nuggets, right? We've had Leon here, we've had Honey on here, speak on these things. And Otto, if you forget, one, Otto has your back, and two, if how many times, and I can show you, and I have my examples to go in here, how, guys, we're SEOs and we forget, right? Interlinking, anchor texts, your image SEO. Guys, the basic stuff, I can show you a site right now, and I wanted to kind of use it as an example here of schema, guys. I have a site right now that I took on Auto. I did the audit, took on the client, and guess what their schema is? Nothing. And guess what Auto allows me to do? As you can see, Manick is literally going through it and deploying this stuff. That's how fast. And a lot of times a client wants to know, how fast can I see this? How fast can you deploy? Very, right? And then depends on your site, how fast does Google react, right? That we can't control. But we have seen Manick has case studies, he showed it. We just came off, I don't know how long ago, Manick, the group on Slack, 15, 30-day results.
Yes.
And it's like best practices, what I call them, guys, all on those 4 pillars on stuff that's gonna move the needle.
So right here, like while he was talking, I just deployed all of our internal linking opportunities across the website. Auto calculated 3,175 internal linking opportunities on the domain. Oh my God. Do you know how long it would have taken me to do that by hand? It would have taken me, we estimate, let's see here. Internal linking suggestions. It says, looks like it hasn't populated the answer yet, but a shit ton of time is the answer. It would have been probably weeks to implement this with VA. And then at the end of the process, you don't even really know if they did a good job, right? Did they do it right? They put the links into the pages. What are you going to do? Are you really going to go run a site audit and verify that the pages are linking to each other in the correct way? Do you got time for that? No, you don't have time for that. And you're not going to do it. So this automated that entire thing. I also deployed NLP optimization to the entire website. 1,468 of those semantic SEO terms to the website, including this really complicated schema markup, which is super powerful, where it references the Wikipedia entities so that Google knows that when I talk about, let's say, SEO platform, I mean this entity in their knowledge graph. When Google sees that schema on the page, it tells Google this is a high quality website being managed by someone who knows what they're doing. All of these things together produce those case studies. And Alfredo's in the group. He's seen the kinds of the caliber of the case studies that we're seeing. We had Adam McChesney from Builders of Authority publish a case study, one of his own brands that he owns. It's an automotive like repair company. They increased the amount of calls by 58% by installing auto. And literally, like, he did it himself. He's a busy, busy man. He went through it. He spent just, I don't know, probably an hour going through the recommendations, deploying everything in the website. 1 month later, 58% increase in calls to the Google business profile. Just insanity. When I heard these case studies, I was obviously like, I know that this technology works because we've been testing it, but I haven't had a chance to test it on all these different kinds of businesses, enterprise companies, local businesses, plumbers, lawyers, carpenters, all kinds of industries. We're seeing amazing case studies. So it's super exciting. It's a really exciting time to be in this industry right now. So let's switch gears from the on-page stuff. Let's get into some of the really fun stuff in here. How many of you guys are doing topical mapping for building out content clusters for your clients' websites? Just pop in the chat if you guys are doing that. If not,
I am now.
You can now. Yeah, you will be now. So what is this? This is a topic map, okay? And what a topic map is, it's a visual way to think about your content strategy, starting with the seed keyword, which in this case is white label SEO that we wanted to target, into all the different contexts around white label SEO, including SEO reseller programs, white label SEO services, SEO tools, all these different contexts. And what you can do is go in here visually and see the topics and the search intent. So I means informational search intent. Maximize profits with SEO reseller program benefits. That's an informational article. But this one is a commercial and transactional article. How white label SEO reseller services enhance your agency. So if you're interested in articles that are more commercially leaning or more transactionally leaning or more, did I say informational? Maybe I did. You can basically build out your content plan based on the search intent of these topics. You go in here, you select the article topics that you want to write about, and then all you do is you click generate article. And using your AI settings that you've configured in here, we call these content folders. You can AI generate high quality content, super high quality content. You would go in here and configure this and tell it the way you want the content to look. So I want my content to have images because I don't want to add images later. I want one image per H2. I want a link in every article that links back to my white label SEO software page, because that's the page that I'm trying to boost the rankings for in my content plan. You guys with me so far? Remember, this topic map is trying to boost the rankings of the pillar page and the pillar keyword, which is white label SEO. It's a very competitive term. So if I want to boost my rankings for this super competitive term and this page, I can build a whole bunch of supplemental blog posts that all link back to this page for this anchor text, and that's going to help my rankings for the pillar page. How many of you guys got that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And guys, if I can emphasize, the searcher's intent is huge, huge, right? Because all of this, guys, almost doesn't matter if at the end of the day, the client's not getting phone calls. So if we can kind of think in reverse, Manick and the tool and the team have created the search intent. If the intent is commercial and transactional, guys, you want to focus on that because that's what makes that phone ring, right? And again, it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you, right? It's a tool that, you know, you still got to put eyeballs on it. You still got to, but Manick and the way he set this up is it helps you to deploy, helps you to execute, you know, at least get that piece of content out there. And God forbid that you connect this to your WordPress account and it starts, going live. Then you move on to the next step is backlinks, right? Interlinking, all that. It does it for you. It helps you with that heavy lifting.
Exactly right. So I'm just going to show you guys what a fully AI generated article looks like in here, so you guys can see how good the content is. Oh my God. Do you see this? Do you see the content score on this one? 96 out of 100. It included 127 topical terms in the content. This article is filled with all the entities that we've detected from an analysis of Google search results and analyzing their content with advanced natural language processing algorithms that we know are important to rank well in Google. Every single one of those terms is included in this article. It also has images that are appealing, which will enhance the dwell time so that when people get to our page, they're going to stick around. They're not just going to bounce. And then here you go. I got my link to my white label SEO page, AI generated in this article. I don't have to do anything manually. It's already been done for me and integrated into the article. And then as Alfredo was pointing out, if you guys connect your WordPress to this, there's a WordPress synchronized feature where I can go in here and I can instantly publish this to the website automatically. I can pick my author. I can pick my category. Like, this is really advanced stuff. I'm going to go with SEO. And if I click create draft, okay, I'm just going to click publish so we can straight away publish this. And this is going to go live on the website instantly. So if you've configured this in your AI settings to automatically publish to WordPress, set default WordPress publishing settings, and I go in here and I click Search Atlas as my site, published with my categories SEO, and I click Auto Upload to WordPress, it's going to do this for me automatically. I'm not even going to have to do that step. I just keep cranking through my content and I keep working on my SEO and I move on to the next one. What's the next one? Well, after you build an awesome content strategy for the blog, you create all the supplemental content, you get to unlock what's called topical authority. A lot of people have talked about it, a lot of amazing case studies about it. I'm going to show you one of my case studies about it. So by creating all this content, we're effectively becoming the Wikipedia of our niche. And one of the ranking factors that Google uses is what's called knowledge-based trust. They break the internet down into these knowledge domains. And the way that we boost our rankings inside those knowledge domains is by creating all these different articles that include all the vocabulary and all the entities. And let's see if I have it in here. The AI content generation case study. There it is. Boom. So topic authority. You publish all the content right here. 2 months later, the traffic begins to spike. And then you can see it just kept going up and to the right. Massive sonic boom of traffic. And it's not just from blog posts. It also is our supplemental. It's not just a supplemental blog post. It's the pillar pages ranking well for our head terms. So super powerful strategy here that you guys now have access to at your fingertips. This is very advanced SEO, guys. This isn't basic stuff. This is super advanced. And it's being really automated for you into a way, a system that you can do it, that your VAs can do it without a lot of training. Alfredo talked about schema that's being deployed to the site using a knowledge graph that's automatic. Now let's get into some of the GBP modules, because I know probably these are going to be very near and dear to your hearts. After all, this is the GMB Pros podcast webinar, right? So you guys are all about the GMB. So Alfredo, are you doing automated GBP posting currently? Is that part of your SOPs and what you guys do at the agency?
Yeah, 100%. So my cadence is once a week with Q&As.
Love it. So what you can do in here is you can add a post. You can AI generate the image. So you can describe what you want the image to be in the GBP post. The content, you can tell it what you want it to write about, and it will create a post for you. Then you can give it a CTA, whatever you want the CTA to be. If you want it to be call now, I like call now because you want the business to get calls. So you can do that. And then you can decide when you want to schedule it. So you can post it now, or you can drip these out. You can schedule one for each day or one a week, whatever you want. And just so you guys know, we are about to launch a multi GBP post option. So you give it one prompt in here and tell it your posting frequency, and it will build you GBP posts out for however long you want it to go. If you want to do 3 months of GBP posts and you want to just do it today and knock it out and generate it, boom, you can do that. And it'll build you a multi-month GBP posting calendar. Same thing with Q&As. So you can schedule these out to be one Q&A per week. Here you can give it an AI prompt about what you want the Q&A to be for and how you want it to answer it. Auto will automatically bring in Q&A suggestions based on the Google Business Profile and what it thinks are going to be relevant to the people, what they're searching for, and it will answer it for you. Deploying these is instant, so you can just do post. I'm just going to publish this right now, and it's going to go into the GBP instantly. So if I click on this, I'm going to go into our GBP, and boom, there you can see instantly. Did that not work flawlessly? It's pretty sweet. So instant Q&A generation and publication, and it can also take care of the reviews. So one of the things that's annoying for, when you build your agency out, you got all these clients are getting reviews. You got to answer these reviews, you got to respond to them in a thoughtful way. So the way we want to do that is by answering each review differently. A 5-star review, we just want to thank the customer, appreciate their support, and reiterate we'll continue to develop. This is for link graph, obviously. So we want to talk about us and what we do, but reiterate that we're going to keep building good technology that's going to help them, and then appreciate their feedback. For a 1-star review, we're going to say, we're apologize to them for the inconvenience and tell them that we will make every effort to improve for the future, right? So that they feel like we're going to do something about it. Now, you might be wondering, so like, how are we going to answer this feedback? So we decided to build a example button in here so you can actually get a feedback and reply in here, so you can see if you like the response. So the reply we came up with here is, we apologize for the inconvenience you experienced with our SEO services. We will make every effort to improve our services for the future. Thank you for your feedback. It's not bad. Pretty good, Alfredo. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yep. So I could have also said, let them know they can reach out to support@linkgraph.io to share more about their experience. I would actually say encourage them to get in contact with us at support, and then get a new example and see what the new example looks like. And boom, please contact us at support@linkgraph to discuss your experience further. We'll strive to improve for the future. So this is a really advanced but also simple way to automate responding to reviews in Google Maps for your clients. You just set this up, guys, one time, and you're done forever. How many of you guys got that?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Perfect.
And guys, too, depending on how you have your structure, Brian Cotto really embedded this in me when he said it is leveraging a tool for what its intent is not supposed to be. So if you have a team and you have them doing certain tasks, that's what's happening with me in my agency. Is now, instead of having them spend hours doing this, we can set this up and I can focus their energy on other areas as well to help grow the agency.
That's such a great point. So
yeah. And then on here, if you scroll up, Manick, he alluded to this a little bit, but it tells you how many hours you save by doing some of this. I don't think that's accurate, because that's for somebody that might know how to do it. For somebody that's me, I have to learn it, and it takes me a while. That could be double for me. Somebody that doesn't do it every day, or if you're just getting into, depending where you're at in your journey, you know, this is going to help you deploy that stuff. It's going to give you confidence because it's everything. I don't care who it is. When it comes to actually doing the work and doing deliverables, they're all going to talk about title tags, meta description, missing image alt text, issues with links, meta keywords, headers. I promise you, all of those things that Manick and the team have set up for the on page, the technical issue, that's your first bucket. Those clients, if you're watching this video, that's almost the first thing I talk about, because it does, the rest doesn't matter if you don't have that first section that auto takes care of before you. And like Manick said, literally, if you do nothing else for the client but that section, I mean, we can almost guarantee just that alone is going to bump it up.